Hey, Mark and Joey here on Wednesday, and the Wednesday of this week means one more day to the NFL get started. We've been waiting. We did that, by the way, we did an analysis of every camp over the last month, so if you do want to take a look at some other videos, what we think of every team, take a look there. This is our wagering show, so this is more about specific games that we're going to wager on over each weekend, and with the NFL, of course, you got to get started Wednesday because the first game's Thursday. We're going to go Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, working for the Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games. Give you a day to hear our information. If you want to make those wagers, you got lots of time. First, I want to mention allthesportschannel.com. Go over there. We have a complete NFL recap of what's happening every single day on a news feed that you can read. And also our sponsors over there, especially CoolEyeCover.com, who just offered a 35% discount on any glasses you want to buy. No limit on how many you buy under that discount. But you do need to email us, ultimatesportschannel31@gmail.com. We'll send you the code so you can do that. But Joey, let's get into it. Tomorrow night, I'm going to let you go first because we're on opposite sides of the couch this week in our beliefs what's going to happen.
Yeah, I have the Green Bay Packers tomorrow night, not necessarily to win the game, but to put up the best stats. And so that's why I've gone to player records and bets, over-unders on yardages, on completed passes. So I'm going to get into that for you. And then he'll do his here. But I do have a lot of the Green Bay side. I believe they've made some change on the offensive side of the ball. So I'm all over this offense. I think they're going to have a great night. And that leads me to the quarterback and their top receiver, Davante Adams. Starting with Davante Adams, over under 86 yards. I think this is a given on Thursday Night Football. First game of the season, I know Aaron Rodgers is going to want to get the ball to his number one receiver all night long. I feel like this is the new duo of Big Ben and Antonio Brown and Tom Brady and Josh Gordon. This is going to be a huge combo this year in the NFL. It's going to be very impressive. Davante Adams has risen to one of the best receivers in the game, and he has a quarterback that likes to even throw one-on-one balls, which is what good receivers need. They need a quarterback that just throws it to him. You let him go get it, get the chances. He'll throw it to him a bunch tonight. Davante Adams over 86 yards. 100% for me. I think that's a given. First game of the regular season, I think we're going to see Aaron Rodgers feed it to him 15 times tonight. I think it's just going to be their go-to play. So, Davante Adams over 86 yards receiving tonight. 100% for me. That's a bet I like for sure. The next bet I'm going to go with is pass completion. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers over 24. Why? Is Aaron Rodgers, throughout his whole career, drops back a lot. He drops back about 40, 50 times a game. And his percentages are always pretty high. He's very smart with the ball. If anything, he should actually be less smart and get rid of it a lot more often and just throw it out of bounds. But he makes the smart plays. He gets to receivers. He's willing to check down. He likes his tight ends. He's got Jimmy Graham playing tonight. He's not shy to throw it to everybody on the field here. I think his completion over 24 is given because I think he's going to drop back 50 times tonight. I think against this Bears defense with this pass rush and that defensive line, you won't be able to run the ball for much success. He's going to be throwing it. That's where Davante Adams is going to get his yardage. That's where Rodgers is going to get his completions. Over 24.5 for me is an absolute with how often I think he'll drop back tonight. So Aaron Rodgers over 24.5 completions is another bet I'm looking for. Longest pass, 40 yards for Aaron Rodgers. He's going to go for a bomb at some point. It's what he does. He runs around the pocket. He always tries to find something deep. He knows when guys have jumped off side. He takes advantage of those moments too. He's so smart behind the line of scrimmage that he sees moments like this where I think he's one of the guys not afraid to attempt a long pass. A lot of guys these days I think are afraid of interceptions.
He's really not afraid of that.
He's not afraid of that. He's such a good throw of the ball, so smart. I think those long passes are his gift and that he has to pull off tonight. If you're going to beat the Chicago Bears and how good of a defense is, I think you have to get a play like this in your repertoire and get a touchdown off of it. So I see a 40-plus yard pass play happening for Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers. I feel he'll attempt it maybe 5 times tonight, and I think one of them will click. So I think there is going to be a pass that length. So I'm going over 39.5 yards for Aaron Rodgers on one pass play. Lastly, it's Davante Adams catching that pass, and his yardage is actually 22.5 yards. He has to catch one pass for longer than that. So with what I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do with airing out against the Chicago Bears defense, because we know running the ball will be very difficult, I'll see a pass like that, and then who are you going to throw it to if you're going to pass that way? You're going to pass to your best receiver. Over 22 yards is easy for Davante Adams. It's especially down the sidelines. He's going to get 2 or 3 looks at it, I believe, from Aaron Rodgers saying, for a deep ball. I need him to come down with one of those to win this bet. So one pass, Davante Adams, over 22 yards. Go get it. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to give you that opportunity tonight. Knowing against the Bears, you're going to have to put up some points, and running the ball is going to be very difficult. So Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, lighting up the stat sheet for me for Green Bay, whether they win or lose. I think that's a given for this team and how the offense is going to run. Now that I believe Aaron Rodgers controls the offense a lot more than he did in the past with Mike McCarthy as his head coach.
Well, I got to tell you, obviously I'm with the Bears tonight all the way, but I will give you some smart bets you've looked at here is these bets where you have to do it one time. Because they're not going to do it against the Bears defense on any kind of repetitive nature here. But him getting a 40-yard pass, him getting a 22-yard pass, I think these are smart bets on your part. I think Green Bay is completely overwhelmed tonight, but he will go after all of that, and he's going to be behind all game.
Yeah.
So I think smart moves on trying to pick up that receiver yardage and what he will do. I think you're crazy on 24 completions, but anyway, I think it's the way to go for you tonight if you're going to the Packers side. Bears. It's a no-brainer, folks. I'm going Bears -3. That's the sure bet. Bet everything you got -3. However, I'm also taking -9.5 to pick up 3-1 odds. I think the Bears are going to smoke them tonight. I don't think Green Bay will score more than 10 points, maybe. And the Bears are going to score, I think, 23 to 24 points. Those are two of my main bets. I also have in there a safety. Now, this is a bet that I like with good defenses. It happens more often than a lot of people realize. I'm getting great odds on it, so I'm playing it. I think that Aaron Rodgers, even down on the goal line, drops back to pass. It's his thing is to drop back and throw the ball. I think they will get him tonight. I think they're going to have the Bears pinned in all night long in their own end, and I think that this is a great wager. Don't put a whole bunch of money on it, but the odds are fantastic. I do like to
find 8.5 to 1.
Yeah,
so.
I like to find some odds because most of the time it's even money. Even all the bets you're making are even money. You know, them to win by 3 is even money. That's why I stretch it out to 9.5 points to pick up some of these odds. So those are the kinds of things I'm looking at. Joey, I had another bet and I'm forgetting it.
So you also had the Bears to lead after every quarter.
Sorry, yeah, good.
And the Bears to score more than 23 points.
So there you go. That also is, I think Bears will take control right away and lead every quarter. That's another good odds bet. I think it's around 3-1.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to be huge. And I think it's just Bears tonight, as I mentioned. So there you go. Get out there on the Bears, make a fortune tonight. We'll be back, as we mentioned, on Saturday to cover the Sunday games and on Sunday to cover the Monday game. We hope you do as well as we do. And cheer for your favorite team. Tonight might not even be a game that matters to you, but that's why we love to put a little bit of money on the game. It keeps you interested. And the Bears are going to be an exciting team this year.